Hey everybody, this is Max Prime. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're discussing Stargirl, Episode 2, Season 1, right after the pilot, and this episode was called Stripe. Now, I'm definitely going to change the format of doing this actual review, so I'm going to start off by saying I'm going to tell you what I liked about the episode, what I disliked about the episode, any type of Easter eggs or teaser moments from the DC Universe I've seen, and then overall thoughts about the episode. Now, let's get right into the likes. Now, I would say no comparison between Stargirl and the other DC shows that are on the CW. Jeff Johns has his hands deep from the pilot episode up until now. I definitely love the feel and tone of the show from the beginning of the episode to the end of the episode. I'm watching the time fly by. That's how in tune and actually I'm so hooked actually watching this, where I look down at the time and there's only 30 minutes left of the episode. I look down again, there's only like 10 minutes left, and I'm like, where's the time going? This is so good. Between commercial breaks, this show has your attention. Now, the likes about this episode in particular was that Courtney and Pat are definitely coming together in the episode. You can see they're bonding more. Pat is worried about Courtney actually becoming Stargirl and the cosmic staff. He still doesn't understand how she's able to control the staff. He doesn't believe that she's actually Starman's daughter, and you can see the dynamic of the two in the episode as they keep bonding closer and closer together. And of course, you had Brainwave, the villain of the show, actually trying to figure out whether or not, who is this girl who basically attacked, his son and the new potential Starman, as basically in the episode, as you've seen, which I liked the dynamic of him actually hunting her down during the open house scene in the high school. And we see Courtney and actually Pat trying to find him, and they run into each other in the episode. My like was that I liked the fact that, Courtney was trying to hunt him down. They actually run into each other. He discovers that she's Courtney, reads her mind, reads everything about her family, and basically threatens her, and that's what forces Courtney to actually step up into the role of Stargirl. Another like in the episode, I liked how she actually took Starman's old costume and actually made it into her own, gave it her own touch and own feel, and it was a funny scene where she actually burnt up all the sewing machines, because probably Starman's suit was made out of probably bulletproof, knife-proof, bomb-proof, repellent, and it kind of broke all the sewing machines in the high school. I thought that was cool as well. I also like the fact that they keep going back to the JSA, the Justice Society, the references there. I like how they also mention the Injustice Society, which Courtney finds it a really kind of stupid name, like Justice Society. Injustice Society is kind of lame. I really like how they touched on that as well. The only thing I don't like, which I go into the dislike of the episode, was that they keep on bringing Courtney as kind of naive to the fact that obviously if you become a superhero, you have to hide your family's identity. That's the whole point of wearing a mask, because obviously if you don't wear a mask, if you just show up into a place and try to fight a supervillain, you're actually going to be seen. You're going to put your family at risk, and that's kind of like that whole Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Always, hide your identity. Never bring, never, or even the Flash would say, never even make sure you always hide your identity. Never let the enemy know who you are, so you don't bring danger or potential harm back to the people that you love. And that's where you get the naiveness of it. I really don't like that in the episode too much, because she's kind of oblivious and thinking that, oh well, this guy who can potentially read minds won't ever figure out who I am, and surprise, surprise, he does. But again, that's a part of the story. It's a part of the plot, and whatever. So back to the Easter eggs, or maybe some teasers that I seen in the episode. I like how Pat actually brought up towards the end of the episode about the cosmic staff, because remember, he doesn't know too much about it. He knows that actually Sylvester Pemberton had the staff, which in DC Comics he was a Star-Spangled Kid, but he said originally it was created by Ted Knight, and he dropped the Ted Knight name. I think I was like, oh, Ted Knight. And for those who don't know, again, DC Comics history, now Sylvester wasn't the original Starman. Ted Knight was the original Starman in DC Comics. He was the inventor of the cosmic staff, or the cosmic rod, as whatever name you want to say. But yeah, when he mentioned Ted's Knight name, that just kind of that lit me up as well. I like the scene also where you see Stripesy, or Stripe, is actually practicing with the robot out in the open field. I got that whole vibe of Iron Giant out there, where he's trying to fire off his his fist out into the field. I thought that was an awesome moment. It is kind of it gave you a nice fun feel during the episode, as he's just trying to practice in this gigantic robotic suit out in the cornfields. I thought that was awesome. and again, my overall thoughts. My overall thoughts of the episode was that, again, overall the story, the flow was perfect. Courtney, Pat teaming up to hunt down Brainwave. Brainwave discovers who Courtney is. Brainwave and Courtney and Pat actually get into the fight. Stargirl and Stripe versus Brainwave. Towards the end of the episode, you've seen like Stargirl puts Brainwave into a coma because the staff overloaded his brain, burnt his brain out basically, and he had somewhat of a seizure, and now his son looks like he's out maybe to get some vengeance because his son looked pretty mad in the hospital room. And of course the end scene where we see Sickle. So he walks down into the Injustice Society's chambers. We see Solomon Grundy back there in the background, and of course they talk about, you know, there's a new Starman in town who basically got Brainwave, and you know, what are we gonna do about it? And that's about the end of the episode. Again, I liked it. Overall, you know, if I had to rank it, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 just because Jeff Johns has control of it. Like that, everything that Jeff Johns touches is gold. And I know I used to be a big, you know, DC fanboy, especially for Jeff Johns and his writing, but it's the truth. Like, the episode was solid and I loved it. What were your thoughts on Stargirl's Stripe episode? What were your thoughts? Leave the comments on the video. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm Max Prime, and I'm out.